Our family has been in agriculture here in eastern Iowa for 100 years, and we were the recipient of a Century Farm Award, which is a pretty proud and honor that we have. We farm about 4,000 acres of corn and soybeans here in eastern Iowa. The soils are rich and grow very, very good corn and soybeans. We also have several livestock operations. We have a Jersey dairy operation that we produce milk for ice cream. We have beef cattle, and we have about 50 head of a calf operation. The males go to meat purposes and the females go to replacements or embryo recipients for those Jersey cows. We also have a swine operation where we feed out weaned to finished pigs. They start out about the size of a loaf of bread, and they go out about 6 months later to the processing plant at 280 pounds. And then we have some minor operations which are really make it complete and are kind of fun. We have about 20 head of Nubian goats. We also have some chickens. We have about 250 laying hens, and we feed out broilers 2 to 3 times a year. We take all that and put in a self-serve building at the end of our lane that has eggs, pork, beef, and chicken in it. We also do farm tours, and our emphasis is on international farm tours where we will bring in people from other parts of the world and basically give a tour of what our farm is. I was lucky enough in 1997, I was chosen one of 4 National Outstanding Farmers from the Outstanding Farmers of America organization. The National Outstanding Farmer Award was based on 3 categories: your profit from when you started farming to what you have today. And for me, that was a very humble beginning. I started off with 20 cows Jersey cows that I had started with, and basically a lot of courage. Category number 2 is what soil conservation things you have done, and I've done a lot of soil conservation issues that have saved water, saved air, and provided cleaner water and cleaner air, and that also contributed to a high score. And the third one, your contribution to your community, your state, and your country. Our dairy cows are very high-end. A high-end dairy operation has a lot of components to it, but you measure the performance by the milk per cow. We are 7th in the nation of the amount of pounds produced in a cow per year. And a high-end cow really is a creature of habit that you are creating an environment that this cow performs well. It's those little things to make sure that, for instance, where they're walking is not slippery, where they're laying is comfortable, the environment that they're in is not full of manure, that their feed is always fresh and always in front of them, and you're making it so the light is right for them, so that every day seems like yesterday, and they become so much a creature of habit that they're so comfortable in that environment. When they're milked, the milking routine is the same. The order that they're milked is pretty much the same, that they have water at the milking area, the holding area, they have water when they come out. Anything that they would possibly desire is there for them. You try to eliminate all the stresses, and one of those stresses is flies. When you walk through the feedways and you could wave your arms and you would hit a fly or many flies, you said, hey, something's got to change here. We're putting fly spray on their backs, we're doing all these things, and it's not working. Something's got to change. And so I was at World Dairy Expo and saw fly predators and said, hey, let's give this a chance. What's the worst? We're spending all this money on other things. We can spend money on this and give it a try and see if it works. And then when you find something that works, you stick with it. If done correctly, they work fabulously. We put the fly predators in the swine operation. We use them in the beef operation. They especially work well in the dairy operation because there seems to be so much manure that gets off on the side that you can't clean other than that once a year thorough cleaning. It's a perfect spot for a fly predator to go, and it just works wonderful. They work 24 hours for you, and they'll go at it. And here at Cinnamon Ridge, we use no other fly control measure. We, for many years, tried sprays and things like that that would try to get rid of the flies. Sticky tapes, fly spray, bait that you put on the ground that you're always worried about the cats and the dogs eating. And really, when you have that, you are eliminating the problem after the problem exists. With fly predators, we have found that eliminating the problem before it exists is far better, and it also is much safer, and we have found great results. In fact, the fly population, I'm not going to say that we have no flies, but we have virtually no flies. And it is great in all of our operations, because if you not only get a better performance in dairy, you get a better performance in the meat growing animals, and also when you give a farm tour, you don't have flies that are having supper with your guests, which doesn't make for a great tour. It many times will make for a tour that people will go away saying, hey, they need to get that fly population under control. So it made a huge difference and was a very valuable piece to the whole puzzle. We buy one can of fly spray every year now, and that is, we use it at the fairs. When we go to the fair, we make sure that the flies aren't bothering, but other than that, that's the only fly spray we buy.